Good morning, YouTube. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today I got another full day of eating coming out for you guys. I know you guys love these eating videos, these food videos, so we got another one for you. I also love watching these on prep nowadays a lot. I binge watch like all the full day of eatings that I can find of other bodybuilders. So today's a training day, so unlike the last full day of eating, which was on a rest day, I'm going to show you everything I do in my routine for a workout day. So might not be able to tell the time. It is 8:01, so I just got out of bed 10 minutes ago or so. Did my weigh-in, which I can show you. I'm at 97.8 kilograms. And look at this weather. So guys, weather is beautiful. It's sunny. Perfect conditions to make it a good day. First thing in the morning, I'm doing this morning shake, which is amino acids, creatine, so essential amino acids, creatine and glutamine. Put this all into, and I've been making like a slushy, I guess you could say. So we put a lot of cold water in here, put all the powders, and then I drop a bunch of ice cubes in there. Gonna mix that up, and then I got kind of like a slushy for the morning. So the EAAs are orange flavor. It's a very nice treat for the morning, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here's the morning shake, as I told you, like a slushy ice cream kind of drink. Along with that, before the cardio, we've got 2 caps of turmeric extract. We've got black garlic extract, good for the heart and etc. Just healthy, good for you. And I'm doing 10 milligrams of yohimbine, which is a thermogenic fat burner, along with a regular espresso. So that should get the heart rate going. That should also get the heart rate going. Energized state, get us ready to burn some extra fats. So that's basically my morning routine. Before I start my cardio, I drink this. I let that sit for about 20 minutes, wake up, let the yohimbine and the caffeine start kicking in. That's also important if you want to do cardio and use these kind of things, these kind of thermogenics to burn fat. Give them 20 or 30 minutes to kick in, and then you're gonna have the full effect. So this morning routine has been really life-changing to me. So I think everybody should have kind of a morning routine a little bit. I know people are busy, we don't have a lot of time, but getting up a little bit earlier, half an hour, and just going through your routine, getting hydrated, getting a little bit of movement in, I think something like that can be really mentally resetting, get you ready for the day. To me, it's been very valuable to build that in. I didn't used to have a structure like this, but since I've been doing this prep and even before that, really getting serious about bodybuilding, I really started putting these routines into place, and they've helped me a lot since then. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give you the quick taste test here. It's like that nostalgic feeling as a child when you go to the gas station and you get a slushy ice and you sip it through the straw and then you bite the little pieces of ice that are inside. Fucking fantastic. Okay guys, I finished up the cardio. Now it's around 10 a.m. I did 45 minutes. So we did increase the cardio to 45 minutes every day instead of just 25 on training days. The washing machine is giving me a hard time, but I hope you can understand me. So 45 minutes of cardio every day to burn that extra body fat, because we gotta get lean. Also got done on some work after the cardio, so I do try to extend my first meal a little bit. This way I can just, be in a fasted state for a little bit longer and then start eating a little bit later, which is gonna give me a shorter window of meals. First of all, that helps me with my appetite and my hunger, and also just blood sugar and just burning a little bit more fat in the morning when I'm still fasted. But we are gonna break that fast now with 50 grams of oatmeal right there, whey protein isolate. Now, my magic trick, mark this down for your next cut. Okay, so I got psyllium husk here, which is a fiber powder, just basically pure fiber. That's really gonna help swell up the food, so keep me a lot more satiated. Now, what I've been trying to do is actually become less concerned and less OCD about my food. A lot of guys, and me too, I had the same experience. You go into a cut, and when you start getting really hungry and your appetite starts really going up, you start thinking about different ideas, how can I pimp my food? How can I make my food the tastiest that it can be? We started using all kinds of different condiments or calorie-free ketchup, drinks like Coke Zero, etc. We started using all this stuff to try to make the diet easier, obviously. So these are all things that are supposed to make our diet easier. But in my experience, it really just started making my food focus much stronger. So I actually felt worse. I was pretty anxious all day about my food, feeling hungry, thinking about food a lot. So I've actually been cutting back on that. I'm not using any more sauces. The only sweeteners I still have in my diet are the ones that in the whey protein. But other than that, I just use whole foods, but that's it. And then I try to not just be too concerned with all that, you know. So I just try to see this as calories in, calories out. This is my source of fuel. This is my source of energy for the workouts. And I'm doing this for a purpose, to lose body fat and build muscle right now. I'm trying to get into the most conditioned stage that my body can get to show it on the stage. So, because now we're gonna put some salt and we got the cinnamon. Generous amount of this. Meal one is finished. I got a decaf coffee here along with my oatmeal. Oops, let's see. Oh, blueberries that I didn't show. There's 50 grams of blueberries in here as well. So guys, I just woke up from a quick nap. So after that first meal that you saw, I did a little bit of work and then went back to bed for another hour, try to catch up on some sleep that I lost out on tonight during the night. So that's always key, you know. I always try to keep up my sleep quality as much as possible and the amount of sleep, because that's really going to determine how much body fat we're going to lose versus how much muscle we're going to lose or potentially build. So sleep still #1 priority. Now it's about 1 p.m. We're about to get ready to make meals 2, also 5. So these are 2 meals in one. We've got marinated chicken tenders. Try to make that visible. So we got marinated chicken tenders in here. Chicken tenders are a little bit softer and able to soak up the flavor of seasonings a little bit better. So that's just a quick tip. In here we got some tomatoes, zucchini, onion, ginger. Along with that, I seasoned it with some Tabasco, hot sauce, and fresh lime juice. And then I just hit it with the seasonings, which is salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, oregano, whatever else is in here. And so as I said, I prepared this earlier after meal 1 so that it can soak up the flavor a little bit. Now we're gonna dump it in just like that. I'm gonna spread that out, hit it in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, 8-minute sheets, 8 minutes on each side, and then that should come out perfect, crispy and flavorful. Okay, meal 2 is ready. We have the 50 grams of rice, we got a few green beans, and we got the marinated chicken with the veggies. Actually with a little bit of apple cider vinegar onto the rice, improve digestion, and that's it. And then afterwards, I'm gonna take a little walk, all right, get the digestion going, wake back up from that nap that I had, and then it's gonna almost be time to hit the workout. Alright, so after that meal I like to get out, do a half-hour walk. So I do about 2 to 3 walks a day. Get some fresh air into me, digestion going, but obviously mainly also calorie burning now on a cut. So the walking just doesn't put a lot of stress on your body, is relaxing and burn some extra passive calories. So I try to do like 10,000 steps a day. And at the end of the day, that's gonna help me be able to eat a little bit more or do a little bit less cardio. So that's gonna be the goal. And yeah, so I'm gonna finish this walk and then we'll show you the meals that I get after that. So let's go. Okay, so got back from my walk, felt good. Now I feel a little bit more energized, a little bit better, caught a little bit of sunlight. So that's gonna help me going into this workout. Now we're gonna do pre-workout and the post-workout meal, prepare that, which is very similar. And this is kind of the time in the day when I start getting into that mindset, get ready for training, get the mind activated, try to start going into that zone, okay? So we got rice cream here, or cream of rice, whatever you guys want to say, and I think you Americans would call this cream of rice. I got this from a supplement company in a big bag. We're gonna do 50 grams of the cream of rice Next up is good old whey protein. So whey protein isolate for that fast absorption. Also now a lot of people like to use concentrate because it's much cheaper, or consider it's quite a bit cheaper to get whey protein concentrate instead of isolate. To me, if you're bulking, if you're in an off season, not a big issue if you digest it well. So obviously in concentrate there's a lot of lactose and a little bit more fats, so it's just not as filtered, it's not as clean, I would say. So if you get gassy or you get digestive issues, which I've had a few people that I've helped with, they've had that problem. They started getting gassy and didn't feel very good on it. So then even in that case, I'll say even in an off season when you're trying to gain weight, still try to stick to an isolate. It's just a little bit higher quality. If you can afford it, it's definitely a little bit of a better choice in my opinion. Or you could go for a combination product. Companies do make mixes of this. For example, something where you have a 60% isolate and a 40% concentrate mix, something like that. Also a pretty good solution to have something kind of in between. Next up, good old creatine. So obviously I already had a little bit of creatine in my morning shake, about 4 grams, 5 grams. Now I'm gonna do another 3 to 4 grams. So is it necessary to split it up like this? No, that's just me being me. So that's what we're doing. Next up, very important for these veins, for the pump and for energy during the workout. So well, in the post-workout I do 1 pinch of salt just to replenish the salt that I've been sweating out, and then before the workout I'll actually go ahead and add 2 good pinches of salt. Next up, before we toss this in the microwave, so I've actually started microwaving the cream of rice. Before that I would just mix it up with a little bit of water and it would become like a pudding type of consistency. Now I start enjoying the meal when it's hot and when it goes and puffs up a little bit. Gives it a little bit more volume. Or towards the end of prep now, I'm gonna start putting it in the microwave. So we got a little bit of cinnamon again, post-workout. Cinnamon to get those nutrients shuttled into the muscle the way they need to be. I just like to mix it up a bit to make it dissolve better when I put the water inside. So pre and post-workout meal are done. Post-workout's right here. I'm gonna take that with me to the gym. Pre-workout is right here, just fresh out of the microwave. Topped it off with cinnamon, as I said. You know, it's kind of like a brownie batter consistency. And if you have a good tasting chocolate or anything else, this is definitely a very good choice, as I said. So this is really nice. Now what I was saying earlier about not becoming too OCD and too concerned with the food and the taste and everything like that still applies. You might be surprised that I'm trying to make pre-workout brownies now. So that what I was saying earlier applies more to things that you just add in to create more flavor. So the food that's already in my plan, this is literally just cream of rice, whey protein, a little bit of salt and cinnamon. So why not make it taste good, you know? I'm not gonna be too concerned with it, but I'm gonna enjoy this meal, get it down, and we're gonna work. I'm probably gonna watch a little back workout or something of somebody just to get in the mood. That's what I like to do. It's kind of my ritual. Watch a nice workout video while I'm eating my pre-workout, and let's go. Okay guys, the pre-workout shake is done. We got a bunch of water in here. First up is the stimulant base that I use. This is basically a fat burner, thermogenic kind of product. Got caffeine, carnitine, and a bunch of other like plant extracts and stuff like this. I took a double portion of this because I really need to be energized for this back workout. And then we got our pump ingredients. We got arginine, we got our citrulline. Both of these I use 8 grams, and we got our glyco pump, which is glycerol, which I use about 10 grams. So mix all that up. That should give me a really good pump. And you know, I mean, this is kind of, to be honest, if you guys are on a budget or something like that, you know, and you're in an off season or you're just bulking or whatever, so you know, if you have enough carbs and salt in your system and you're working out well, and water, of course, very important, you're gonna have a good pump. So this is just one of those things. It's a nice to have. It gives you those last 10%, you know, and I'm in the business, or we all are in the business of optimizing things, right? Especially now on a prep, low carbs, I need to keep the pump going, the blood flow going. So in that case, it's definitely useful to have these pump products in there. And to be honest, they're not too expensive. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna get that done, gonna get to the workout. Maybe I'll show you a few scenes, maybe not, but we'll see you back for the post-workout. Let's go. Okay guys, we finished up our workout, finished up our back workout. Very good workout. We filmed it all, so that's gonna appear as a separate video on this channel, so look forward to that. But yeah, had a good workout, pretty good strength, you know, pretty okay pump for what it's worth at this moment. And I'm ready to finally get into this post-workout meal. So as you can tell, I asked the lady behind the counter to put my cream of rice into the microwave. I don't know if the lighting is good, but it kind of, you know, it's kind of like a brownie on the outside, and then it's got a liquid inside. So I kind of mix it up a little bit more sometimes, just to kind of mix. And yeah, man, this is smelling like heaven right now, smelling like a pure brownie. I'm gonna enjoy this. Now, in terms of hunger, or I guess we can kind of talk about appetite, hunger, how I'm feeling mentally, you know, how everything is going. So at this point, like 2 weeks ago, I was suffering when we had that initial calorie drop. At this point, I'm feeling actually pretty comfortable again. So, you know, taking out the sweeteners and stuff, like I said earlier, probably helped. But also I probably just got used to the lower calories, the higher cardio. Now, of course, I'm hungry, but I'm not suffering to an extreme extent. So actually I'm doing relatively well, relatively comfortably. I'm not as lethargic anymore as I was before. So that's also good. I can get up from the couch, do my walks without being completely tired and just dismotivated. Sleep is going good. So workouts are going really well, so you could say everything is going well. But then my mind kicks in on the other side and says, like most bodybuilders say, to get that real conditioning, you know, that real shredded conditioning, and to take all that body fat off of your body that you really need to have that conditioning, it requires suffering. It requires a period of just being completely drawn out, depleted, you know, not sleeping as well, being hungry as hell. And so actually I'm kind of worrying about that. Like, is this going to be enough to bring in the conditioning that I need? Probably not, but I do trust my coach in that. So tomorrow's my next check-in. I assume he's probably going to drop my calories tomorrow or by the latest this Sunday, which is going to be the next check-in. That's going to be 5 weeks out. I guess he's probably going to start cutting down a little bit more. We're going to probably start pushing a little bit harder, which is when the suffering's probably going to really start kicking in. But you know, I mean, your body is just getting into like a summer shredding, you know, get a six-pack and stuff like that is not that difficult. Your body is very comfortable giving up that body fat. But when you try to really push those last percent to get completely shredded, your body doesn't want to give that up. Your body's not comfortable there, and your body's going to fight you to really get rid of those last percentages, those last grams and ounces of fat on your body. And that's where you really need to just push through. And that's where the suffering comes in. So I think I still have that in front of me. But, you know, for now, we still have quite a decent amount of food to enjoy. I'm going to enjoy this process as long as I can. And when it starts getting tough, obviously when the carbs getting dropped again, or the calories, I'm going to update you guys on the channel. Next full day of eating will come. And I'm always going to keep you updated how it's going mentally, psychologically, physically, obviously. But at this moment, I'm in a really good spot. I feel great. Workouts are great. Sleep is great. So everything going according to plan. So I'm very happy with the way that the coach is doing things. And yeah, what more can you ask for? So we're gonna finish this. head home and show you the last meals. So, we're back from the gym. We just got back. I think right now it's around 8:30 p.m. And those workouts just deplete me so much that even now that I've had that post-workout meal, which was around 40 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, something like that. You're gonna see the macros, I'm gonna put them in the screen. I'm just so depleted, and that little bit of insulin spike from the post-workout meal really gets my hunger and my appetite going. So as soon as I get home, I am already ready to smash the next meal. Basically, I guess you could say post-workout meal number 2, which is the second half of the rice and chicken that we made earlier. So I'm gonna plate that up right now, and then I'm gonna look forward to eating that and smashing that. This is gonna be the last carbs for the day, so after that it's just gonna be mostly protein and a few fats. So, you know, the way I structure the carbs now, obviously, in the morning the oatmeal has, what, 25-30 grams of carbs, something like that. And then the rest of the carbs are pretty much structured around the workout. So I did my first chicken and rice meal. Basically at 1 p.m. I think today. Then the pre-workout meal, which was the rice pudding, about an hour later after my walk. So I had 2 carb meals pretty close to each other and pretty close to the workout actually. And then now obviously after the workout had my other cream of rice meal, now the other rice meal right away. So all the carbs that I have throughout the day, except a little bit that I have in the morning in the oatmeal, are really concentrated around the workout, which is at this point going to be really important, because with these low amounts of carbs, it's really important that we fuel the workouts as best as possible and that we recover as best as possible. So what do we need for that? We need carbs before the workout to push up the performance, and after the workout to recover. That's the reasoning. For the timing, obviously when you're bulking and stuff, man, you're eating carbs all day. When you wake up, when you go to sleep, you're just overfilling on carbs all the time. But not the case anymore when you're cutting, so you need to start becoming a little bit more strategic with your carbs. And the lower they get, the more strategic you have to be. We're gonna plate this up and I'll see you out there and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so the finished product is right here. We got the 50 grams of rice, the green beans, and a pretty hefty amount of chicken and vegetables there. And then I also made a little just green salad with, you know, carrots, corn. This doesn't have a lot of calories, maybe 10 calories in this bowl, along with some apple cider vinegar. So we're gonna get this down, and actually kind of I have to admit, my food focus now on the way home from the gym after that post-workout meal, my food focus started to kick. So I was fantasizing, you know, because me and Beatrice were about to visit my hometown in the summer, and we're also going to do a bunch of traveling. So I was already fantasizing about all the restaurants I want to try, all the different foods I want to try, and my mind was really playing some tricks on me. So that was quite an experience there, food focus kicking. So what do you say, you ready for the restaurants? She's not listening to me, but that's fine. So we're gonna put this food down, and yeah, see you for the next meal. Okay, next meal is coming up. It's now around 11 p.m. So a little bit of time has passed. I'm working on some coaching work out there and stuff like that. But now we're gonna get to the next meal, which is the second to last meal of the day, and I'm gonna show you what we have. So fresh out the air fryer, as always. My favorite way to cook these foods and these meats and everything like that. Super tasty, super juicy. We get 150 grams of steak. This is pretty lean. This is probably about 3 to 4% of fat only, so 96% lean beef. And we got a little bit of a bell pepper. Okay, so 5 minutes on each side. We're gonna plate that up and show you what that looks like. So this is the meal plated up. This might look a little bit sad to some of you guys, but to me this looks extremely juicy right now. So I'm really gonna enjoy that meal. Along with that, as I said, taking care of some clients, coaching clients. Shout out to all my guys in the team that are working hard. We're making this happen together. And I'm gonna enjoy this meal, and I'll be back for the last meal. All right, finished up the steak. We're gonna go straight into the last meal here. Right now it's about 11:30, which is about the time that I wanna go to bed. So I'm gonna eat this last meal, take my supplements, and head off to bed. So last meal is gonna be a combination of protein and some good fats, which are gonna help me sleep through the night and keep me satiated and keep that protein running through the system overnight. Obviously it's not a lot of fat because calorie restricted, but that's what it is. So we got this yogurt, which is basically similar to a Greek yogurt, but it's Icelandic yogurt actually. So this has basically no fat. Basically this whole container has about 8 grams of carbs and about 30 grams of protein. And you got 10 grams of peanut butter right there, which is fantastic because I love peanut butter. And then we got 90% dark chocolate right here, 10 grams. So we get about 10 grams of fat in this meal. I'm gonna put the macros onto the screen. We're gonna enjoy this chocolate. And I'm gonna see you for the supplements. Ooh, so last action of the day. After finishing the last meal here. Basically I got everything right here in my hand. Looks like a lot, kind of is a lot. I'm gonna put a list up on the screen for y'all guys to see what I take. A lot of it is sleep supplements like GABA, melatonin, etc. And also some things just for overall health. So that's what I take before sleeping. And then we're gonna hit the sack. It's around 11:30 right now. So ready to go to bed and rest. I hope you guys found this entertaining. Hope you guys got some value out of this as always. And I'll see you guys for the next video, which is gonna be the back day that we recorded today. And then I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the diet, etc. If you're interested in more of these type of food content videos, please let me know in the comments. Or if you're interested in any other aspects of this prep, please let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to make videos on that as well. So good night and see y'all guys later.